All right, let's go. My name is KLS. I'm your host right now, part of the Trimless Gooner YouTube channel. Before we start, I want to hope everyone subscribes. Everyone leaves a like, leave your comments, because we're going to be chatting Manchester United versus Brighton. This is the pre-game chat. We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking facts. We're going to be talking news, and we're going to be talking predictions. I've got predictions of everyone from the Tuesday night 9 p.m. show, the Project Prem. And for people that want to get involved and people that want to join up and chat about their team they support, or they just want to talk football or catch a vibe and talk football, Trimless Gooner's details are in the description. You'll see his Instagram, you'll see his Snapchat, you'll see his IG. Give him a message and he'll add you into the WhatsApp and we'll move forward. But let's not waste no more time. I'm just going to send the link out to people real quick. But yeah, one thing I do want to say is, I'm nervous. And let me tell you why I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's more pressure playing Brighton than it is playing Liverpool. And what I mean by this is, with Liverpool, there's cracks. With Liverpool, they've got a striker that's not found his feet yet. They've got a Salah that doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Obviously, the defense is a whole argument. The midfield's not really up to expectations as what you might think and what you might expect from a Liverpool side. Whereas Brighton are one of those teams where you can't quite predict whether your team's going to win it or whether your team's going to lose. Now, moving forward, do I think that we're going to lose? I don't think so. Again, it all depends on what type of team he lays out, what tactic he wants to go for, whether it's he wants to move forward and try different roles for people. Again, one big concern I have is he's going to play the lot. And that's the harsh reality of it. Like, he's going to play the lot. Let me just send this out to the GC real quick. Yeah, no, he's going to play the lot regardless. So if Mazraoui's not fit, the lot starts. If Dorgu's not fit, the lot starts. And now that's one concern I have. Because I think the lot's one of those players. I think same with Fernandes playing him in the midfield. I think he's going to be one of those players where Amorims really stubborn on changing. Again, he's a true Manchester United player. He's been here for as long as I remember, you know. And look, we've got to remember this is a team he's making for the future, and it's a conversation we all need to have. Is Dalot the right back, left back? Big up Trimless, but is Dalot the right back people wanna see in 5 years, or do we want to see some more? Which leads into a question of some news for some people. Manchester United Football Club was actually in really close talks with Semenyo last season. So why don't we go for him? And remember, this is with a mindset of in the next 5 years. Do we want Mason Mount as a backup in the next 5 years? Will Mainu still be here? Will Fernandes still be here? Will Imbremo fall off? Will Cunha? There's so many things we could go off here, but it's only just come out that we're going for. We had gone for Semenyo. It's only just gone out. So why didn't we? And I think that's a concern for Amorim in terms of stubbornness. There's so much where I think he's going to struggle moving forward and dropping players. We've seen that ignorant he is with moving Fernandes. We've seen him. He plays the lot every week. Maguire's still getting game time, which is a big concern for me at the moment, because I really do believe now Now Harry Maguire scored that last-minute goal against Liverpool. I think all the bad games he's had since coming on, again, like, pardon me, but again, playing for Brentford, playing for, all the games he's played, and he's had him last man, and he's not quick enough, and he can't keep up. I worry that one goal is going to make him start a lot of games. And I find that with Amorims. When a player scores a game as a play a game for us, I've lost what I'm saying, my fault. No, but with Maguire, look, he's a solid player, and we can't thank him enough for being able to stay at United for as long as he has, being able to, when he first came in, it wasn't that great, and he's come in, and now he's now made himself into this key player for United. But let's not forget age. Same with Fernandes, and it's all age. So moving forward to Brighton, I think it's a must-win. 100%. We've just beat Liverpool. We beat Sunderland. And I don't see a reason to stop. At all. I think moving forward, we've got to keep this reputation, and we've got to keep this pressure onto teams, because now we're going in and we're winning teams. Next team we play, they're going to be on alert. So we've got to improve game by game. And I really do believe, thanks to the performances of Sen Lamens, I think it's really up the confidence within the team. And I do it. And I believe that hell of a lot. One hell of a lot. When we had Onana in that, you could, just watching at home, you could feel how unconfident you was watching, or how unconfident the team was. What are the chances he's come in and the team's playing outstanding? We went toe-to-toe with Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool's defence ain't as strong as it could be. Alisson's out. The midfield's a bit... Salah's not performing. Doesn't disregard the top quality players. These are champions. These are players that know how to score, know how to tackle, know how to intercept, know how to defend, know how to save. I want to bring on to another point. So I read something earlier on, and we all know the 007. We all know everything else. We know the lot. Now, I read something earlier on. Now Wirtz has scored. My thoughts on someone else. Georgie Marmashvili. 8 games as an unused sub. 5 games played. 7 goals conceded. 0 clean sheets. 0 Premier League points. So I don't think he's being spoken about enough at Liverpool. I mean, you got stats like that, and it shows. You don't just come in there and you can't get points no more. And you're losing to United now. Do I think he's a bad keeper? Far from it. He's an exceptionally talented, gifted player. A very good keeper. And if he's been purchased by Liverpool as a future starter, I can name 10 people that would be worse to buy than him. He's top quality. But you look at them stats, and I think that's a topic Liverpool fans need to dive into. But let's talk Brighton. The issue with Brighton I'm having is, again, like I've mentioned, that Fulham, you don't quite know what you're going to get. You can't pinpoint if you're going to absolutely dominate or it's going to be the other way around, vice versa. Again, Danny Welbeck's on form as his life. You've got you've got Baleba, who's now showing up, who's now pulling up and dragging the team back. He's back to his old self. So it leaves the question, now that we've beat Liverpool, now that we've beat Sunderland, now that we've beat Chelsea, are we underestimating the smaller teams? And that's a question I do want to ask for people. So everyone get involved. I'll leave the banner right there. What are your thoughts on that? Because I don't think I'm too far off. I mean, you look stat for stat. We go toe to toe with Brighton every year. Every year. Do you understand? It's not a game where we can just sit, yeah, we've got it. Because we probably haven't. So moving forward, I think to win the game, we need to make some serious changes. I think, as harsh as it is, I do think start Cunha up front again. Have Mason Mount in the cam next to Embremo. I think that's it. And I've got a crazy take. I think start playing Sesko deeper. Start playing Sesko in the cam. You might call me crazy because he's obviously a tall striker. I mean, just spend 5 minutes and go do your research. When he played for Leipzig, a lot of his goals came from outside the box. He can't do that right at the top. The goals he's scoring now are the goals he scored for Leipzig when he's right at the top. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe not as a permanent, but try him. Take him out for Mount at half-time or in the 60th. Leave Cunha up top. Try him. At this point, in a Man United squad we're on a rebuild for the next 5 years, it's not going to hurt anyone seeing how versatile he is. And like I said, do your research. A lot of his goals in the Bundesliga last year and the years prior, a lot of them are very much outside the box. And when you're outside the box and you're not right at the top, when you're right at the top, you've got defender, and you're here. Whereas if he plays like, I don't know, a 10, he can have that space. That gap between defence and midfield. I don't know. That's a wild take. But I don't think it's a terrible one. When you actually go do your research, I don't think it's a terrible take. Something else I'd like to mention as well is I'm concerned he won't change the team we played against Liverpool with. I think it's going to be Lamens. I think it's going to be Lenny Yoro. Delict. I think it's going to be Maguire in the middle again. I think it's going to be Luke Shaw on the left. I think it's going to be Dalot on the left. Ahmad on the right. I think he's going to go Cassie and Bruno in the middle. And I think he's going to go Mount and Bremo Cunha up top. But I'm in cross minds whether that worries me or not. Because on one hand, yeah, we've just beat Liverpool with it. But on the other hand, almost similar, the same lineup against Brentford. And we got exposed. So it's a tricky one. And Trim's raised the point to Fun's last podcast. Can you blame him for him? It's a yes or no, because you're going with the same team. You beat Liverpool, but then you can't beat Brentford. So is it a case of we need to be consistent in rotation? We need to go player for player. You think Dalot can keep up with Minter? It just won't. It won't happen. If we've got Dalot on the left and they've got Minter on the right, then what? Then he gets past Dalot, then we've got Luke Shaw. And we all know he's got the first touch of an amputee. So then what? And I think this is what I'm saying. We need to start experimenting players. I think in the January transfer window, obviously a midfield is a must. We'll get onto midfield soon. But I think on the left, I think we need to really try and bargain for another left back, left mid, like a Grimaldo. He would be perfect. Someone that can keep the ball at left back and he can run up front as a left winger. In fact, that's a perfect character for that position. A Dorgu kind of player, but just a tad more experience. Takes less pressure on Dorgu. We can't keep playing the lot. It's unholy. It's like it's beyond insanity. It really is beyond insanity. But no, moving forward, let's talk centre mids. Because obviously we need centre mids, and I think obviously there's talks and we're going for Job, and then we're going for there's so many. My personal ones, I don't think we need to sign a centre mid. I think we need to sign 2. Not just the 1, the 2. Because Cassie will more time leave next year. We don't know how long we're keeping Bruno for. And then Mainu goes on loan in January. Then what? We've got Ugarte. And who else? At that point, he'll play the lot in the middle. And we can't have it. It's not a team that's going to express United in 5 years' time. But for centre mids, again, we're going for Job. Well, we're in talks with Job. There's conversations about Wharton, and I think the 3 we need to go for are Angelo Stella from Stuttgart. Reminds me of that Tony Cruz sort of player, bit more defensive, and we'll stay in that 6 because that's what's important. I've noticed when we play, Fernandez will be up on offense. Casemiro won't be near the box. So we need a player ideally that's willing to sit in that 6. I think Adam Wharton, 100%. What an absolute wonder kid. I mean, he plays for Crystal Palace and it's flawless. I mean, I could get stats up, but no, I don't go on stats. I go on how they perform. Another one I'd go for, and it's a bit of a random one, but I don't think looking into people like a Pedri, like a Gavi, like someone in that play model to replace Bruno's spot in the middle. I know the argument is, but Bruno's a cam, he can't play centre mid. But we kind of do need that attacking centre mid. We as much as we hate Bruno in the middle, we need that attacking centre mid. Trimless says Brighton 3-1 Welbeck brace. Look, and that's the beauty of the game. 34-year-old Danny Welbeck can come on and smash Gaff up. And that goes back to the argument of we can't have Harry Maguire start. It's not right. We need young talent that's going to come in. And it's not even, but Maguire's got experience. Yoro's young, he's more flexible. He'll be able to get his leg around Maguire. We'll be able to get his leg around Danny Welbeck and Brace. He'll be able to keep up. He'll be able to, all these things. And the thing is, we're playing Maguire over Yoro is when we've got players like Minter coming in on the right, then we've got Mia Toma on the left. We'll be exposed. Simple as that, we'll be exposed. Easier said than done, exposed. Because remember, if we've got Maguire in the middle, all Danny Welbeck has to do is see a little gap and run through it. Junaid said 2-1 United. We'll get onto the prediction soon, but I like your thinking. I really like your thinking. But this is hard. Who do you think scores? That would be interesting to know. Because I keep saying Cunha's predictions, and he's not even got an assist yet. He's doing worse than Wirtz in terms of stats. But no, let's talk about your centre mids. Angelo still at Adam Wharton. And I think we go for someone who's going to not only bring that attackive and that hungriness forward in that midfield, we need someone that can also get the ball if needs be. That's someone that's going to run up and track back, a proper box to box. And as harsh as it is, I don't think Mainu's that guy. I really don't. I don't disregard his talent. I don't think he's a bad player. No matter where Bruno is, you start Bruno over Mainu. And defensively, you pick Casemiro over Mainu. And let's not forget, Mainu gets brought on. Some games he has 30 minutes on the pitch. When we played Fulham, he came on in the 65th minute in a 90-minute game. I can't sit and say he's played like the uproar around him. He don't play like... He's not doing anything that's making me go, yeah, 100% get Mainu winning if he don't start. There's none of that. In fact, when I watch him and he's been brought on, I find him quite lost. To be quite honest with you. I really do. I find him lost. Against Liverpool, I forgot her on the pitch. That shouldn't be the case. Not in a game where we've dominated possession equally as much as Liverpool. So, no. I don't think Mainu fits that catalogue. In my absolute God honest opinion, I don't think you do. But I do believe that calm, that attacking, that real box-to-box player is needed in that left midfield. 100%. Because we're forgetting as well, when Bruno's having a good game, he's doing a lot of it from midfield. As bad as he's been, he's 100%. He's been terrible. And I'm not disregarding that he's been terrible. But when he is performing, we've got to remember he is doing it in centre mid. And when he performs, we do well. Because he's there. You got to remember, when we're bringing people forward, our left mid, our right mid goes up with them. We've got the two cams, we've got the striker. With Casemiro staying back and Bruno going up, it adds more. Let me read this. People are quick to forget Mainu was one of our bright sparks over the last couple of seasons. He easily should be starting over Casemiro. He won't be here next season. Mainu is the future. No, 100% he's the future. 100%. He's an absolute prospect. One thing I do disagree with differently is like not starting him absolutely. Like the fact he's not started a game yet, like that's incredible. I just don't think if it, in my opinion, you can't switch him out for Bruno because Bruno's role in that squad is to be a midfielder that moves up the pitch. I don't think Mainu's quite, not to say he can't, but not do it like Fernandes. And we all know Fernandes. When Fernandes is in that mode, Fernandes is easily he is the best player we've got. And he's doing that in a position that's not particularly fond of him. You know? I don't think Mainu can bring that sort of style back. Should easily be starting over Casemiro. 100%. Like Brighton, like in my opinion, I'd start Mainu over Cassie against Brighton because we've got to remember when we play Brighton, it's not Gravenberch, it's not Norsgaard, it's not I'm trying to think of centre mids, but it's none of those. We're coming up against Belieber. We were trying to sign him. Like he's got to be good. But that's not even the issue. He's young. We've got 30-year-olds in midfield in a very young midfield we're coming up against. I don't think they can keep up. So Mainu, I wouldn't be so over like, oh right, he's playing, because I think it's kind of not inevitable, but it should be. It should be. The only reason when I'm going to start doing these lives, because I say it to my friend all the time, the only reason I don't say Mainu's going to start over Cassie is because he would have done already. Simple as that. Agreed, Fernandes is our best player, but Ugarte and Casemiro shouldn't be starting over him. 100%. 100%. But I don't... The thing is, I'd rather start Ugarte over Casemiro. But I think that's an unpopular opinion because I've said that before on the podcast and got rinsed. Because it's the same with Ugarte. When Ugarte is decent, dude, he's good. He's solid in the midfield for us. And Casemiro shouldn't be starting over him. 100%. But it's not going to happen. And that's because shout out to Honor. And it's not going to happen purely because Amarin's stubborn. Again, like I said at the start, he's not going to drop the lot. He won't drop Fernandes. So I think if we're going to make points on United now, as fans, we've got to get realistic. There's no point complaining, but Maino needs to play, because in reality, like, he's not gonna. Let's push free Maino. Let's push for like a bit more of an exciting topic. Like, again, how we nearly got Semenyo. Why didn't we? Again, we're trying to think of a team for the next 5 years. Do I think Maino should start every game? No, I don't. And that's my God honest opinion. When he comes on, he's not flabbergasted me. He's not played or lived up to all the aggression fans are getting about get Maino on. He's not lived that up to me. He's not lived up to that hype, and he's not lived up. But the way we're treating him, Amarin's come in and said, this is a Manchester United for a build for the next 5 years and for the future. So why are we still starting 30-year-olds over a young prospect like Maino? Do you still want Baleba? No, I don't. If he's okay, I put it like this, yeah. If it's 100 million, no. If we can get him for 50, even that's a push. Because go watch him this season. He's been very poor. Like, very poor. And you know, I'm glad you brought up Baleba, because we've got to remember as well, as United, especially in recent times, Man United, we're not made of money no more. Like, we're simply not made of money no more. And we're in a position, yeah, where we're actually getting decent players and coming through the transfer window, like Imbramo, like Cunha, like Lemans, like Sasco. And what's confusing me is how we're even approaching the conversation of, do we risk 100 mil on someone that might? I don't think we're in a good enough position for a might. We need definite. Again, Adam Wharton, Angelo Stella. We don't need, but he might be all right. That's great. But I know 5 players that is good already. Again, Baleba came through last season. Don't get me wrong. Outstanding. One of the best centre mids of last year. Is he doing that now? Nowhere close. Do the research and go watch for yourself. So, do I still want Baleba? 100 million? Nah. Keep him. 50 mil? That's a stretch. If we could get him for like 40, then I'd say yeah. But it's me and having to sell. As then now leads on to the conversation. Who do you then sell? You can sell Fernandes. But then we've bought another DM. Then we don't have that attacking midfielder no more. So then who? Maino can't run up and down the flank all game. And that's facts. We've seen it. He did it a couple of seasons back, but he comes on against Liverpool and I forget he's on the pitch. And I think at this point, if he would start playing Maino anyway, Mainu's made his mind up on United. He wants to leave. He wants to go play football. It'll be a case of how Rashford left, how Sancho left. Because of the way he's been treated, he's going to grow hate for the club. And it's going to happen. It's all natural. It's all natural. Same way Rashford left. He couldn't be at the club no more. Toxic. So, that's it. We buy Baleba. We risk 100 million on a prospect that might. Then we've got no attacker. Mainu's not going to want to stay. I doubt we're going to move Mount back in the middle. So that's interesting. Let's go on to predictions. We've got predictions from last podcast every Tuesday, 9 p.m. You want to be a part of the podcast, get in the description, peep the Instagrams, message Trimless Gooner, and get yourself in a group chat, get yourself in the vibes. You support a team and you want to talk about your team, come and vibe. You like football and want to conversate, come and join the vibe. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. and every weekend, we're going to be dropping segments for different episodes of, we're going to be rating players, we're going to be doing fantasy drafts, we're going to be doing tier lists, we're going to be an expansion. Remember to subscribe, hit a like, share with your friends, leave a comment, and like the damn screen says, what are your thoughts? I want to know if I've cooked or I've burnt the damn toast. Predictions. I said on the podcast last Tuesday just gone, Man United are going to win 2-1, 2-0, and I think Bremer is going to score. Rems has 3-2 to Brighton. Funds has 2-1 to United. And Trims has 3-1 Brighton. So we're very 50-50 when it comes to the predictions. But this is it, like I said at the start. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. It's not like playing at West Ham. It's not like playing at Wolves. We haven't got a clue. The exact same as Fulham. So if I have to pick a team, I'd say Lamens in net. I'll go Yoro on the right, De Ligt in the middle. I'm not too sure what's happening with Martinez, so it's got to be Luke Shaw. No, I can't because I'm Minter. No, yeah, Luke Shaw on the left. If Mazarawi's fit, I put Mazarawi on the right. And if not, then I put Ahmad. I put Dogu on the left. And if he's not fit, then we're going to have to go Dalot. Centre mids, obviously easy. It's going to be Fernandez Cassie. I don't see him changing for a while. Not while it's working. Not while it's working. And then I'm going to go Mount in the middle. No. Oh, God. No. I'm going to go Mount at left cam. And Bremer on the right. Cunha up top. That would what I think it's going to be. Personally, I don't think Amorims silly enough to not play Yoro in a Brighton team full of Miatoma and Minter and Belieber. I mean that's just bonkers, playing a top team. But look, the game tomorrow, we're going to be live on the Trimless Gooner YouTube channel. I'm going to be here, your hostess with the mostest. 5:30. The stream's going to start at 5:15. We're going to get people like Ron in. We're going to see if we can nab funds in there at some point. See if anyone want to come in, chill out, come at halftime, talk about the game. It's going to be an emotional one, like every game, unfortunately. We could beat Accrington Stanley. I'd celebrate like the Champions League. It's going to be fun. Be there on the dot. Remember to subscribe. Everyone, leave a like because it does a lot for a small channel like ours. The Project Prem every Tuesday, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. on game times in the Champions League if teams are playing. You want to get involved, get in the description, find Trimless Gooner on every platform, message him. He's going to put you in a group chat and you can join up, you can talk football, you can get bored, you can get to know people, come catch a vibe every damn Tuesday. But for now, I'm KLS. Peace.